So if you are the person with a little potential and a lot of ambition, this video is gonna be for you. And honestly, if you had a lot of potential, maybe something will stick with you as well. But mainly I want to talk with people who had it a bit harder at the beginning, but then it kind of got easier and easier, especially when you got out of the school, because you already had tools to work with. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So if you are a child in a school who had to do a lot of extra work to be on a level with the people who had it easier, who it seemed like they just went to the class and they did really well, they had excellent grades, they exceeded in so many different things, in sports, in music, in art, in whatever it is, whatever they took, it was so easy for them, in maths, in languages, like whatever it is, you name it. You were like just sitting there in your chair and be like, how is this possible? I'm doing hours and hours of work and it's like so much hard work for me. Because like I can speak for myself, because I was that child who worked really hard in school to get on a level and that other kids had, like my classmates were. And I was like in awe. I was like, oh my god, I would swap in a day, in like heartbeat, to be like them, to be like, I just want to do these things so effortlessly, just go with the flow, live your life, have fun. But for us who had not that much potential but had a lot of ambition and a lot of willpower to like do well and succeed, because we had some fire in us to be like, no, we have to keep on going because we want to do something in our lives. Like we feel like it's harder for us, but like it's not gonna stop us. So we just have been grinding our whole lives from the beginning, and it has helped a lot for us in our lives. You know what I mean? And after we graduate, we see how people with a lot of potential and people who had a little less potential are kind of, sometimes, I don't want to say all times, but like there's places where it happens like that, when people who had a lot of potential goes a little lower and people who didn't have that much potential have got a lot higher, because they have put the work in, they have skill set of how to manage their life, of how to manage their skills, to know what they're good at, what they're really passionate about, because not everything came effortlessly to them, and they had to really narrow down to and understand what are the things that maybe are a bit easier for them, or are things that they're interested in but they had to work harder on them. After they graduate and goes in the real world, they know how to approach it, how, what to do, where to go. They know and understand themselves. On the other hand, when you are really gifted from the beginning, when people all of a sudden are not like cheering for you because everything's not going as smoothly as before, the floor can kind of, the foundation of your usual like everyday life and like achievements can like mumble down, and you'll be like, whoa, what's happening? Because like the people that didn't do as well as they did are all of a sudden overtaking them. They're like, the fire alarm goes on, they're like, what is going on? Like, for me it was so easy and now it's difficult. And that's a completely different subject matter that I can do a different video about. How can a person with a lot of potential from the get-go not lose themselves after the foundation is trembling? But this video is really about people who had to work hard, and why I'm making this video is about society and expectations and how it can break you, and why the hard work sometimes may not be enough. Sometimes it can feel unfair because you have been working so hard and you have been doing the literally like the bullet points of the notebook. You were like, I did this, I did that, and I just cannot get around some things. And here I want to talk about why potential and ambition is such a great combination, because you can build your potential. Obviously you can also build your ambition, but you will have it easier if you had that ambition from the beginning as you build your potential. So when you get into real world, sometimes your ambition and the potential that you have built to the place where you have built it is sometimes not enough, because the structure that we live in can mess up with your head. 9 to 5 can really destroy your soul, your spirit, and can bring you really down. So you have to kind of go back to that mindset where you understood that some people it's easier for them. And in this instance you have to understand that there's people who have been in a game a lot longer and you just have entered it. Like you're kind of back to that first step, but you already have tools to work with. But you just need to have to wrap your head around that. Okay, I was good at things that I'm good at, But now there's people who have a lot of more experience in that, and they're also good at it. And how to not bury yourself under those 9 to 5, under expectations and like values of achievement of like steps and blocks, and not losing your fire and not losing your personality just for sake of those things. So as you get older, those dreams that you had in school, for example, can start to fade, because you can't just overnight overtake those people who have been in the game for years and decades. Like, you have to get your feet in there, and you have to find your voice in your already established place. It can be really hard, but you need to make it fun, and you need to make it for you. And one thing that you need to keep in mind: if you work for corporations and companies, you cannot sell yourself to them, because you need to think about them as a tool as they're thinking of you. Because if you just become a tool of theirs, you just will become a tool, and your that dreams, those fires it's in you just gonna fade, and you will be like those people who have seen that are in companies for 30 years, and you see like shells of a people, like you see the ambitions that they maybe had like outside the work, and you're like, oh my god, you don't want to get there. You need to use everything that you have around you as a potential for you to sustain your life, to grow, to make it fun, to make it airy, to make it at the baseline a hobby. You have to do things as a hobby. I know it's really hard at this day and age, because everything in the economy just wanna crumble you under the pressure and everything, and expectations of having years and years of experience coming out of the schools of unis is crazy. But you, even if you start on a lower position, which most likely you will as an intern or whatever it is, you have to keep in mind that you are doing it for yourself. You're building you as a company. Think about yourself as a company. Think of yourself as a head of CEO of some sorts that you are heading towards in your life. It can be a business, it can be part as a corporate member. Whatever it is that you are doing, you have to be strong in yourself, in strong will, and make fun of it, make fun in it. Obviously there's always going to be hard times, but you have to keep yourself level headed and not lose over yourself and forget those dreams that you had. And not every job or opportunity that you are doing is gonna be the first thing that you want to do in life. You probably will have to do those things around it, and you will probably dip and go up and dip and go up, and that's part of life. But you cannot crush in those dips. You have to pick yourself up and get up, because you have to remember that child in the school who was maybe struggling to some extent by the side of someone who was doing really well, and you're like, oh no, how am I supposed to do this? How am I need to be beside them and seem like I am doing just fine? Like, you need to remember that child that you fought for, to the dreams you fought for, and slowly build them in your day-to-day life. And every opportunity, every job, every promotion can lead you to that place where you want to be. And that person at the beginning who didn't have a lot of potential with a lot of ambition can show the people who maybe didn't have belief in you that you can do it, that you can succeed, and have fun with it, and take people with you who have maybe also struggled, or people who had a lot of potential, take them with you and show them what it means to have a strong work ethic, to strong mindset, and just willpower, and just have that fire burning in them, and not just give up at the split second when something goes wrong. And yeah, just have that trained power going when going, and then keeping it fun. As I've been saying, like, everything that you do in life, you have to have fun with it and laugh at it, because if you're gonna take everything really seriously, it's gonna crumble you, and it's gonna be really hard. So have fun with it, and be proud of yourself that you have been that person who picks themselves up, and be strong-minded and strong-willed. I know I maybe will make a separate video about this topic of how skills that we grow as kids, as teens, as young adults, can prepare ourselves for life, and how that makes us a lot stronger than maybe people who had it easier at first, and why we sometimes succeed much more than others, and sometimes the hardships at the beginning are the best part, even though it doesn't seem like it at the beginning whatsoever. So yeah, I hope if you are that person who had it hard at the beginning and had a lot of fire in you, and you are now in a real world and it seems like it's crushing you, just take a breath, recalibrate yourself, and remember that little person in you that you once were, and reflect on it and how proud they would be of you to see where you are already and how much you have gone through, and to see how much potential you had then and how much you grew from there and how much you can do it again. And maybe a lot easier with people in the same mindsets, and it can be tough, but it's really rewarding when you understand it and when you start to make most things for you and not others who maybe will throw you under the bus in 5 seconds. So yeah, build it for yourself, build it for your future, build it for your peace of mind, and everything else is easy. So yes, what do you guys think about this type of point of view? Have you been that child? Have you been that person in general who had little potential and a lot of ambition, and how much have you grown with it, and how much it has worked and like served you when you went to the real world? And have you seen that difference of people who had a lot of potential, how they are doing in real life, and how they're maybe a little drowning in it, and you can be that hand to give them that hand and be like, come on, I know it's hard, but I can give you maybe some ways, some skills, some thought process of how to pick yourself up and work your way up when it's not that easy anymore. And yeah, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Have you been a person who gives a hand, or you been that person who received a hand and be like, because it's interesting to be in both hands. And I had it hard at the beginning, but I'm kind of happy that it was that way, to now be on the other side and be like, oof, it was a journey, but it was worth it. And yes, anyways, I'll stop you up around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next one real soon. So yeah, bye.